My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to the Darkest Raptopia Estate, the second of its name. Alright, here in the Darkest Dungeon, by the way. I've figured the mission that I am best prepared and suited to go on... Well, actually, that's not the truth. I figured the mission that I should go on, I may not be the best prepared nor suited for it, is to go into the cove. Now, as long as I have a healer, a secondary healer, a self-healer plus stress healer, stunner, damage. This is a really well-built party. This could not be better built for going into the cove. On top of that, it even has a cove explorer and one eldritch hater. I thought I had two. So it's well prepared to go into this area. It's just the problem with the, champion level long dungeons is there's so many encounters, and all it takes is, 2 crits in a row from a pelagic grouper. You've got someone on 0 HP. Now, you go slow in the next round, they're dead. Or could be, rather. So it's paramount importance that I give them as much protection and offense as I possibly can afford them. This is going to cost me a lot of money. Those are all the abilities that you take. We'll take those. Baudet, you will take... Maybe you take Blinding Gas. You'll take Blinding Gas and Disorienting Blast, and we'll decide at the time what's the most relevant. Look at that! For upgrading just these members, we spent half of our fucking money. Yeah. We're gonna look for a significant return on investment. Now, that's 15k that we get back there. The dungeon is long, so we're gonna want to be pretty well prepared. Actually, let's move back out of that for 1 second, because there's one other thing we need to do. Make sure everyone has their most potent camping abilities. So maintain equipment, weapon practice. Beautiful, you've got yours. Fitzhugh, you've got Dark Strength, you've got Abandoned Hope. Do we have any night ambush prevention? Because I'm probably going to want that on you. Yes, we've got Hound's Watch. Beautiful. Self-medicate should not be necessary. The cure could be, so could leeches. So I'm going to unlock both of those, and I'll untag Pep Talk. If you show, you've got yours, you've got yours. I could pick up Unspeakable Commune if I wanted a cheaper nighttime ambush prevention, but it's only cheaper by 1, and this one also gives you other bonuses. Okay. I've also had a look at the Resolve experience. You get 16 Resolve experience for this mission, so all of these will go to level 6 immediately, which is perfect. It's about time we do a level 5 mission. So here we go. Now, I'm going to try and keep my resources a lot lighter than I usually would. I can avoid taking bandages and anti-venom because I'm going to be using Baudet to be doing all of my bleed and blight healing. Like, that's what I want to go with, I feel. That's not too many medicinal herbs because this is a long version of this dungeon. I kind of want to take the extra food as well. Just the possible healing between battles, because I'm fucking terrified. I am. I'm also going to take a stack of laudanum. Let's go. I remembered to take shovels. I remembered to take... I gave everyone their abilities. I think I've covered every possible base here.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
90% of rooms means I will actually have to go up this hallway, so I may as well begin that direction. I'm passing over that curio, because if I do end up coming back in this direction, I might bypass it again and have my light turned out. Your trap disarm chance is so low. Good. Bass Relief, don't want to interact with that. We have some negatives in this party, but I don't think we have any that are significant. Thin-Blooded is pretty significant. I do want to remove that. And I guess Dacnomania, but that's about it. We should have taken extra shovels. As it stands, we're going to be opening those and just relying on our bleed resistance to keep us safe. This is really unfortunate, no scouting in this area. Especially considering we have 45% extra scouting chance. It's really, really unlikely that we missed that. But we did. I'm gonna pump the torch here. Okay. Okay, Pelagic Tidemaster is now dead before it ever gets an action. Good. There's one Seaward Slash coming out. Doesn't crit. Thankfully goes against our tankiest member as well.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
If that guy didn't immediately go, we could have stunned him before his turn. But at the very least, now we can guarantee a stun on each of them, whereas that would have been a likely but not guaranteed stun beforehand. Okay, this guy's going to be harder to stun next turn, so I'm actually going to focus my damage on him. Beautiful, he's already dead. This guy can pretty easily be handled over the course of the next 2 turns, so let's start some stress healing and some healing when that's available. I'll focus initially on Fitzhugh, despite the fact that he's missing less health. He's missing a larger percentage of his own health bar.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
We need to be as careful and as tactical as we can possibly be. There is no room for error here. Sure, I guess I'll just hug the dog because it's adorable.
A momentary abatement.
Hit him.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
I could have actually let him get into the next round and see if I could have gotten another heal off before his turn. Almost certainly should have. We'll be leaving that. Again, we'll be just opening those with bleed resistance. Okay. That's an unfortunate early action. That said, they do have enough speed that it was very likely they were going to act that quickly anyhow. Don't move them out of position, please. That's rough.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
That's what you get. That's what you get, my boy. Pelagic Tidemaster's now dead. If I can stun, beautiful. If I can stun this Pelagic Piranha before his turn, we're actually going to end up in a pretty reasonable situation for a fight like this. This could have been a whole lot worse. More than happy to start blighting up this Pelagic champion. Yeah, that's the kind of problem that these Pelagic Piranhas propose. Or rather present. They are ridiculously high crit monstrosities. Now that's the first time out of like 5 hits they've done to me that I've actually gotten crit. But it's worth noting that crit almost, like, it straight up dunked on one of my characters to the point that it's not okay. Thankfully, our healing is actually working out really well in response. Okay. Stress healing is going excellently. Really don't care about that guy. I'm just going to prevent another Pelagic Piranha attack. Octocestus, unfortunately, going on the Plague Doctor here, causes a bleed of 9 whole damage. Stun this guy. Basically, this is a free round. We can use this for a fair bit of recovery, actually. Yikes. Alright, I'm actually going to manually move myself back because I didn't have the ability to use his heal in the way that I was kind of hoping. I was really hoping to use Battlefield Medicine that turn. Okay. I'm using it on a target that's not myself because using it on myself would pretty much be wasted because I'm then going to try and heal with the Occultist. And the Occultist is much better focusing one large amount of missing health rather than several smaller amounts of missing health.
Impressive.
I can stall against a Pelagic champion for a while, so I'm going to try and get myself pretty well healed here. We're at about the point where I stop caring, so... Wow. He has a dodge of 23? Holy shit. That surprises me a lot. He's already dead. Dang. Nice 22-point heal. Get him back to full health. Possible stress heal.
Death by inches.
Thank you for the scouting. And it's critical. Beautiful. So we've only one more battle before we even finish with this tendril of the map. We might get out of this really, really cheaply. Okay, you remove Thin-Blooded right now. I'm really glad to remove that during this mission, because trying to remove that at camp, like, it might get locked in over the course of this mission, and then removing that at the hamlet, rather than camp, sorry, would just be so expensive. Okay, getting a good stun on this Pelagic Piranha before he gets a turn, as well as him being blighted, is really, really handy. Is he now dead? 4 points off being dead, unfortunately. The fact that that also knocked the Pelagic Piranha back put a position where Fitzhugh can now stun the Tidemaster. I'm worried about the damage these Pelagic Piranhas can do out, but I'm still worried more about the Pelagic Tidemaster.
Devastating blow.
Fuck, I forgot that he was... I just totally missed that he was protected. Yeah. I should have been moved by that. I screwed up. I should have paid the price on that one. That's good. You're dead. Can't really afford to do stress healing right now. I feel like I actually need to protect you a little bit. No, wait. None of them can even hit that. Damn it. That was really poorly done by me. Neither of these two can really hit the third rank from their positions currently. The Pelagic Piranhas, fuck off, can.
The end approaches.
Thankfully, he dodged, because he could have taken 6 damage and had a DOT applied to him, and then just died before I got to heal him, like, immediately then. Fuck.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Yeah, the Pelagic Piranhas, when they're in the first 2 rows, can't deal damage to the back 2 rows. They can only deal to the first 2 from the first 2, or to the back 2 from the back 2. Alright, we're gonna have to take a while on our recovery right now. We want the Occultist in tippy top. You did only get 40% stun resistance from that, so that's really handy. I can take as much time as I need right now, so... as long as I can live through the occasional attack put out by him. Of course, that means I'm going to focus my healing first on the people in my front line. My stun percentage chance is actually 200. So he's got a 50% chance to be stunned this round. Okay.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Good, good, good. You're on full health again. Rough. Good, good. Let's continue with our stress healing. As long as he doesn't crit, honestly, we're going to be fine. That's almost a full heal on the front line. We've got basically 2 free turns of stunning this guy now. Because now we've got a 90% chance for our next stun against him. I think we're done, as long as you get a reasonable heal here. Semi-reasonable, I guess. You didn't blight him, basically, is what I'm saying, so it's okay. Nice stun. Now we're free of stress on everyone. I'll earmark the Fitzhugh heal for going for a heal on Baudet. But other than that, we're just going to start kicking in damage. Good crits! Damn! That's 3 stun crits in a row. Funny thing, if you hadn't already earned the true name for your character class, you'd be pretty close to doing it right now. I think you're not dead. You are now, though. Shit.
This expedition at least promises success.
I need money. That can give you a horrible negative. I don't exactly remember how you prevent that. It's almost certainly holy water, but I don't have any holy water, so there goes that plan. Do I want to turn my light out before I go into this battle? That battle is scouted, so I can just turn the light out and then go into it.
Haunting the hearts of men.
You know what? I'm not taking Crest home on this mission. This mission cost me so much to go on. I will take Stack of Blood already. Just because I am pretty worried. I'm going to have to use the stun here.
And power.
Let's have that line. Crits for 25 because of fucking course it does.
Compassion is a rarity.
It's unfortunate. Now I can't use that stun. Seaward slash. Good miss. Alright, good crit, good crit. We're gonna have to recover from this fight, actually. It's unfortunate that this is spawned. So the Pelagic Tidemaster is only going to be able to use knife at the front. Ceremonial cut, rather. Good, good. It's dead before it gets another action. I really want to stun this Pelagic Piranha right now. But no. I have to.
The ground quakes.
It's too important that I prevent him from doing the damage rather than try and heal in anticipation of the damage I think he might deal. Both of them have stun resistance right now, so even though I can stun them, I'm going to slow them down. Unfortunately, only slowing one of them. I'll stun the one that isn't slowed, I guess. And that's going to make killing them a lot easier here. I would use stress healing, but I'm actually going to have you self-heal here. Because I think the occultist's turns are more important to earmark for other actions right now. Can't stun the front line, so I guess I just have to hope this Pelagic Piranha doesn't do much this turn. It's already dead next turn, so as long as it doesn't... That was 25 without a crit. So that means if that did crit, that would have been 50. 2 attacks in a row, and I did not get any actions in between them. And we went down to mortality debuffs. So that's probably a good reason that I should be pretty scared. Alright, good. We can take a couple turns of recovery right now, actually. Because neither of them get an action before they die. Unfortunately, this guy is a little bit faster.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Okay. I can't remove your mortality debuffs at all, unfortunately. If I could, I would love to, though. Man, that should have done so much more.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Okay, another hunger proc. Don't start spawning a lot of battles in these hallways, please. That is really rude. Mortality debuff. So that's -1 to speed. The accuracy and damage debuffs aren't significant, but the plus 10% to stress is pretty significant. Who has the highest bleed resist here? Literally anyone except for the Plague Doctor. As much as I want the boss, I need the money right now. And we had another fight spawn, but fucking course we did. And it's a collector. Thankfully, the collector is surprised, and their stun resistance is such that I will be able to hit them with my man-at-arms. Their blight resistance is such that I will be able to blight them. Okay. Beautiful. You skip your first round. We're not going to have many people act before you in this turn. High roll on that damage there. What's my stun chance right now? No. Okay, what's that? It's 190. It's 555? 55% stun chance? I think I should roll that. No. Yeah. Fucking ridiculous. The fact that we could eke out an extra turn here is insane. Your debuff resist is... It does leave you pretty vulnerable. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. But it could have. That's the important part. Now my stun chance on you is 15%. So instead I'll roll my damage. Because my damage against you is pretty fucking ridiculous on the occultist. If only that was another crit, we might have actually killed you before your turn. Here we go with the collect call. Okay. There's only one highwayman, which is perfect. That's as good as this actually could have gone. Oh, the head games is protecting the highwayman. That could be bad. Let's stun that off. You're not dead yet. Beautiful. Now the collector is dead unless the Vestal goes first and heals them. So we'll stun the Vestal. Okay, we can actually now recover entirely off of this fight. As long as we kill the highwayman before we kill either the man-at-arms or the Vestal.
The rats prepare to feast.
Okay. He does have high crit rolls, so I really do need to be killing him. Oh! Yeah, he's dead. Beautiful. Now, these two actually don't have any offensive abilities between the two of them. I should have stunned the Vestal, of course, because she could have healed the highwayman out of range. That's true. But right now, I have the unique opportunity to full heal and full stress relieve my entire party. So I'll take the turns to do that. It's 1 and 10, so like 2 turns of stress healing is quite likely to end up solving this for us. This has actually turned out to be a really, really helpful fight. I rolled that on the occultist because if it did crit heal the occultist, it would have opened us up to a position where I could possibly have finished all of my stress healing in this turn. Okay, if that stress heals the Occultist, it doesn't, unfortunately. Since these are Eldritch, I'll have the Occultist continue rolling his attacks against them. Because he might crit, and then, you know, everyone's full health stress healed. I do want to also start rolling my damage as well. Beautiful. What is it? Round 9 is going to be her first round alone. So by the end of round 10, she needs to be dead. Come on, stress heal him. Yeah. Got him.
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Is 2 stacks of torches going to be enough? I think it is. I do want to start a stack of emeralds as well, though, is the big problem here. I think I'm going to get rid of that blood. I think if I do end up with someone bleeding... What's the highest chance? It's a 90 here. If I do end up with someone lusting after the blood, they should not become, like, wasting or too badly afflicted by the Crimson Curse before we manage to get home and feed them. Sure, that just rolls against his bleed resist. No interaction, please. So our Plague Doctor interacts with these. Nice to some. If I had the space to juggle inventory so that I could just make the Houndmaster do it for 110%, I would, but I don't, so I didn't. Picked up 9 stress on that backtrack, but it was worth 750 gold to me, so, yeah. Back's already been looted. Alright, what do we got? I do want to start a stack of Onyx as well, actually, but I think that one's where I'm going to have to draw the line. With so much dungeon left that I'm almost certainly going to end up with enough Onyx to justify it being a stack by itself. Alright. Now we can pump the light until we can get into this room. Come on, surprise him. Yeah! That's really big. Having the Major General act first is also fucking ridiculous. Just so you know. Simply for the plain fact that he... Oh, you're just wasting your turn. Simply for the fact that he managed to knock someone back, so then our Occultist has a new target in rank 3 to hit with their stun. That's not too likely. I think the Occultist is 3 faster than Major General. A Blight's not as powerful as a stun against this, so we'll roll that. Beautiful, he now never gets another turn. This could not have been better. Yeah! I really want some debuff chance increase on the Major General here.
Grievous
29.
Injury.
Rough.
Palpable fear.
But I can't find a way to fit it into his build that doesn't make him worse at something I feel he needs to be only better at. Unfortunate, but we did bleed resist, so it's okay. This guy is now dead before he gets an action. Beautiful. A little more stress recovery. 20. Sure, sure. 20 and 6 over here. I don't think I care about healing the 6. The 20, though, it's pretty important I remove. Come on, Fitzhugh. You can do better than that. I know it. You know it. Full stop. That's all of our stress healing done, so now we can have the doggy focus on... The doggy can actually focus on dodge tanking for us right now, which is a really cool thing we can possibly do. So I'm going to guard the occultist, and if I keep doing that enough, I'm going to have enough dodge on Pusho that he won't be capable of being hit. Right now, he's still quite liable. Good debuff, good debuff. See? I mean, it didn't exactly work out the way that I intended that time, but it can. Heal.
Is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Would have been fine had that bled the back line, actually. Okay, good stun, man! The thing is, about champion dungeons, they're super under control until they're immediately definitely not. So the point is to try and always be super, super attentive and on top of your game. Because if you're not, the enemies will be. Crits for 40 to heal himself for 3. That's my boy. Got him.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Doki.
A handsome reward.
Good gem.
For a task well performed.
It's a good gem. It's gonna have to replace a stack of gold. All of the rest of these are still needed for adventuring. Okay, if I do it like this, I actually end up exploring all of these corridors. I only walk back through one corridor one time. Totally acceptable. Chevalier here is going to be a problem. Thankfully, that one did a maddening whine, so now I can actually hit it with a stun. Because it's forward enough to do so. That said, first I'm going to stun the Gatekeeper, because it's faster. They have such blight resist that it is not worth rolling on them. What's this? 140 plus 160? 65% chance of the stun. I think I actually just go for a stun here. Unfortunately, my whole turn here is pretty much just stuns. Just try and prevent them from making an action. You can't do that for an incredibly long period of time. I actually wouldn't be super sad if Baudette did end up getting Crimson Cursed. The 140 versus 140, 180, so 35% stun chance. I actually can't really stun any of these people, so I may as well try and use a blight. Fuck it, I'll throw it on these two because chance to hit each of them. Oh, moves you forward and blights you, eh? The old move me forward and blight me, eh? I think that Sycophant's dead. Yes, it is. Okay. Never gets another action. Real handy. Try and keep as many of these tied down as possible. The Sycophant dead? Yes. Okay, both of the Sycophants are now dead before they get an action. They can't be healed by any of these other characters as well, which is really handy. stunned the wrong character. I definitely should have done that on the Gatekeeper, because the Gatekeeper has higher speed. Unfortunate miss. Their debuff resist is actually really high, unfortunately, so unless I have a debuff giving ability, I'm very unlikely to hit any of them with the debuff. Never mind, I missed one character, but all of the rest of them that were struck by the debuff were stunned. Well, let me just contradict myself. That should stun. Reasonable chance to do so. Come on, one more attack before the Gatekeeper gets a turn. There we go. Boom. I'm gonna just keep slowing him down. Doesn't work out, but did do stress healing, so that's okay. Still not incredibly likely to hit that. The stun, rather. There's a blight. I guess if anyone's going to be rolling the possible stun, it's going to have to be the Man-at-Arms for a 55% chance to succeed. Come on. And it works. Beautiful. A single attack before he goes next turn and we should be fine. Yep. That's it. That's done. Alright, now let's focus on stress healing and recovery. A little bit.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I think I'm going to end up with so many invitations that I don't need to start taking them right now. Especially considering I just spent so much money to come on this mission, I really need to recoup it. Man. And here I thought we were actually in the cove, but as it turns out, this is just a very complicated looking version of the courtyard. Can we not stack all of the stress on the same dude? It's just rude. Man. Rolls a low damage game. Good dodge, good dodge. Do I yell at him or do I protect? I'm gonna yell at him. Debuffed only 2 of them, unfortunately, but one of them is a target that the debuff might be particularly useful against. Okay, Sycophant, with that bleed, you are dead before you get an action. Beautiful. Easily stun you again, and we do. Unfortunately, we are going to get 1 action from the Chevalier. It's pretty bad. Could have been a lot worse, though. Negative 50 and the dodge is really unfortunate. Alright, fine. We're gonna protect him. Got him. Man, we're getting some good resists. Okay. 1 Chevalier down. Sorry, 1 Sycophant down, the other Sycophant down. Keep the Chevalier stunned. We are going to need a lot of recovery when this fight is through. Zero. Oh, that's a bit rough. Good stun, good stun. It's gonna allow me to yell at them for a turn. Continue lowering their speed. Gonna be easier to control the Chevalier considering we can actually stun them. Now is the time you really... Now is the time we really, really would like actually having a Vestal in our team for the party healing. And for the reliable healing, because turns out... Good blight, good blight. Our worst healing always comes out when we most need the healing. Okay. Keep blighting him. Doesn't work, unfortunately. Just keep the damage up. Keep the damage up. Fuck off with that. Can't really stun you, but I'll protect my frontliner. Okay. That protection's also afforded me extra protection. That guard, rather, has also afforded me extra protection, so that's going to make my life a lot easier. Alright, good. Chevalier is now dead. You could have done a higher crit, but you know what? That's okay. That'll have to be fine for now. Nice crit.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
I don't think I can afford to throw any of this away yet. I really want more food. I took all available food into this dungeon, and I'm still feeling a lot lacking. Okay, good double blight. Hits the back row for 14. Doesn't hit the bleed, unfortunately. We do get the action of the Major General first, so we're going to be able to stun both of their back ranks, which is going to be hugely handy. Fusilier doesn't ever get an action. The Cutthroat still can get one. If I'm fast enough, I might be able to prevent a lot, though. Good resist across the party. Unfortunately, he got a really good roll on his stun increase. He's increased his stun resist by 80 rather than the standard 40. So I couldn't just stun him there. He is dead now, though. Alright, stun the big guy. Unfortunately, controlling the big guy is not a really... Oh, good crit. Is not an excellent... Wow, we actually managed to inflict bleed. That's not common. But stunning the big guy is not really going to be a reliable strategy for us. What's his speed again? Oh, I have to roll the heals. If the heals don't happen now, when are they going to happen, right? It's done. This guy's size 2, so we can actually stall against him. It's just that stalling against him probably isn't a great idea. Especially if he can just turn around and point-blank shot us, and then we're sad. Alright, let's do one doggy hug. Now I feel okay enough with my health. Roll another stun. 25% chance to succeed. It doesn't. Rate of whips. Stress across the party. I mean, it would have been if it hit. Ooh. Critical stun in return. That's excellent. I think that has just bought us quite a while to do a little bit of stress healing here. Mm-hmm. Only increases stun resist by the smallest amount possible. Okay, that one didn't work, but this one might. And it does. You aren't dead yet, but you're very close to. Good stress healing. Yeah, because one of these is only a 6 damage and it'll wear off after the next round, so you're taking 18 damage right now. Now you're dead.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
A lot of stuff I can't take. Okay. Just, I love the... There's our gold, and then our gems from high to low. The emeralds stack up, man. That's 5 by 750, so 1.5 is a stack of 3.75 thousand. Pretty good. Unfortunately, we didn't actually get a scout on this, so this could be unfortunate.
Mind that such missteps are the exception and not the rule.
That's actually a significant enough debuff that I'm going to knock that off before we do anything. I'd love to stress heal, but I can't afford to do it while the Pelagic Tidemaster is still up. Oh, goodness, goodness. There's a stress wave targeting pretty much the worst 2 that could have been targeted there, so real pleased about it. Targeted Bordet. What a shocker. Bordet doesn't have hard noggin, unfortunately. So, whoa! This guy got 160% extra on his stun resist. That is fucking ridiculous. You know how unlikely that is? It's so unlikely that that's the first time I've ever seen that happen. See, this is where things get out of control. Especially if that would have hit. You need to fucking heal. You need to heal yourself right now. Don't pull him out of position. Oh, shit. Houndmaster's gonna have to protect him next turn. I can't afford for the occultist to get hit again. And as much as I need the occultist's damage right now, it's not gonna be forthcoming. I need the protection on him. I need his protection, his healing. I need everything covered. It sucks. 12 damage incoming from that. You're not even dead yet, unfortunately. So I'm gonna yelp at you all. Slow you all down. Beautiful. That's effectively kind of like a stun right now. Let's swap our positions so that we can actually get our other heals and stuff off. We should now be able to use stuns to control them for a turn. If not 2. Your speed is 2, actually. You should have slowed down there. Frontline is dead. They're all super slow. It's another 4 damage I can prevent on you. Fine. Should be able to stun here as well. That's unlikely. Fuck off. I literally have to roll protection on him. It's entirely possible that one of them goes quicker than me and fucks up my day. Magic Piranha still alive. Fuck. Oh, here's our resolve check as well. Irrational. That's really unfortunate. He's going to be taking actions that I don't want him to do.
Gasping, taken over the edge into madness.
The crits are fucking insane.
Perched at the very precipice.
He just hit himself onto death's door. Thanks, you ginormous prick. Holy shit.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay. This will stay. As long as I don't get a hallway fight spawning... Are you a stress eater? Yeah, you are. Fuck off. That sucks. Don't spawn a hallway fight. And it didn't. Beautiful.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
Unfortunate, but I can't take those right now. I was really hoping for gems that would stack with my current. So we're going to go all the way up to this room, and then we're going to camp. I do want to start another stack of onyx, so I guess it's going to have to replace the... Sorry, another stack of emeralds, so it's going to have to replace the onyx. Oh, beautiful. All right. Pop those on each of you. I'd have loved to have the second stack, but screwed up. Good to some, good to some. All right. Now it's time for a camp. Unfortunately, we're going to be eating a lot more than I really want to.
An uneasy companionship.
Bring me human flesh, nothing else. Fuck off. This guy sucks. Okay, Hound's Watch has to happen. I also pretty much need to abandon hope. Because you need your stress to get a little lower right now. I think we go Therapy Dog and then Encourage.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
If we end up taking a hell of a lot of stress damage, we might end up having to leave here.
Glittering gold,
that's what I want to try and avoid. This is the worst thing that can happen. Just so you know, this exact setup is the worst thing that can happen here. Good fucking crit. One of them's dead before it gets in action. That's huge. Because, of course, they both target the exact same dude. Put him on death's door. Because, of course, they do. Of course, they do. Good dodge. Protection's 45% on that character, so... No. Protected. Don't hurt yourself. Alright. Just in case he decides to hurt himself somehow.
But it can be postponed.
Fuck. Oh! Alright, I'm gonna yell at them because I want to try and slow them both down so that I get an action on Pusho. Pusho, please. So that I can guard with him because my other guard was rejected. Heals 5. Why are you good at healing when I don't need you to heal, and then when I need you to heal, what? I've never heard of healing. I'm a damage dealing class. That's me, fits you. You prick. Oh, hey, thank you for getting back to full health yet. Oh, we're not okay. We're not friends. We ain't like that. This one's now dead before it gets an action. That one's also dead before it ever gets an action. Yeah, thanks for the heal. Well, I mean, thanks for the heal, but thanks for the stress on my other character. It's appreciated exactly as much as you think it is. Got him.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Now I actually do need blood, so yikes. Good Hound's Watch.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
I'm sorry, Montferrer up the back line. That was not anything that is good for you. Okay, one stun. I don't even know if we can really do too much here. Good blights. Yeah, I'm gonna roll that because I'm pretty certain I was gonna kill him. Glory's an illusion mortal. Tell that to the most decorated war veteran in the party. That doesn't seem like a fuck.
Reeling, about to break.
Dazed, reeling, about to break. I guess that means that we're gonna be using our battlefield medicine here. Oh, you stunned the Major General as well. Fuck off. The thirst. Our Major General, unfortunately, or rather fortunately, is not thirsty. Good, good. That prevents 20 damage, because the Blight would have done that much. The stress across the party consistently is really unfortunate. You're dead already. Beautiful. Okay. That's not okay.
In a single strike.
We worked so hard to lower your stress. Passes his turn. Thank you, you absolute prick.
Sedated.
Fuck. We got trouble, folks. And here I thought we were doing really well. This is not really well. This is really, really poorly. Thank you for fucking bleeding him, I guess. Shit. Don't you dare crit. Crimson Curse. Yay. Unfortunately, further lowering my resists, rather. Good crit. pretty much going to have to prevent the damage from that. 9. Bleed. Okay, okay. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. I don't know when we're really going to get a fight in which we can afford to really heal, so we're going to have to take all of the opportunities we currently have to do so. It's an unfortunate dodge for me. I like that it was a crit. I don't like that it really didn't do an incredible amount. Hug the dog. I'm going to prevent that 8 outcoming damage as well. We might get reinforcement stress if I miss this attack. Thankfully, I don't.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
We've only 5 torches left. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Which means that I can avoid only 2 rooms. So I'm going to assume that these are the 2 I'm going to avoid and go over to the left. It's already been looted. Yeah, we're gonna have to lock some people away for some stress recovery after this. The fuck are you? Brigand Raider. I don't know what you are, which makes me think that you're probably the worst thing here, because you're new to me. So I'm going to kill you before you get a turn. Hopefully. Dodge. Stop stressing out my entire party. Shanks my back line. Does hit. No bleed though. Really unfortunate miss there. Alright, I'm gonna leave the Fusilier alive. (10 to 19) rolls the 10 because of course he does. Can't heal for shit. Keep stressing out my entire party. Man, I love this guy. What a riot. What a fun dude. I easily should have stunned the infamous Cutthroat. Yeah, I should have. Especially because no one else can target him with stun right now. I can't stun the front line with a Plague Doctor, and I also can't target the... Or rather, I can't use my ability for stunning with Fitzhugh because he's in the front line. Thankfully, shanking the back line is fine, actually. It's probably one of the least impactful things you can do right now. This is your first round alone, so you need to be dead by the end of round 5. I can take a couple couple actions of healing here then. That's unfortunate. Since that crit, he's now dead this turn, so I don't get to take more actions. I haven't needed the Laudanum yet, but I've been advised I would need it in higher level cove areas.
A blazing star is born.
Madman could easily give us some things that we need to deal with. Good crit, good crit, good crits. Oh, and some great stress healing off the back of it as well. Can't really kill their back line right now. Fuck. Good crit. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. That means the Pelagic Guardian's gonna get at least 3 actions off. I can't prevent any of them right now. Thankfully, he can't target the front lines, so he's gonna be targeting a lot of characters that are gonna be a little more independent themselves. Yikes. Yeah, sure. Because the thing about this guy is he hasn't taken enough damage, stress-wise. That's when I think about our occultist, that's exactly what I'm thinking. It's not enough stress now. Okay. You know what? I should have done Laudanum, and I probably also should have purged off the debuff there. In fact, that's not even a probably. I definitely should have done both of those things. Thankfully, the Stumbling Scratch has lower crit and doesn't apply the bleed, so I'm not super worried about it. I am worried about the fact that this Pelagic Piranha is going to get another action. Oh, pull him forward. Rectify my party positioning. Yeah, baby. Who are you working for now? Oh, that would have been my party positioning completely rectified if you had have done that one. Bleed? Nice, that guy in the back line is dead. I can probably just fuck around with the Pelagic Champion enough to try and heal everyone back to full. That's almost certainly the correct way to handle with this.
A momentary abatement.
The only problem is my bloodlusts and things like that are actually going to pose a huge problem here. Because people are going to start getting hungrier for blood while we stall through the fight. But it's still 100% necessary to do, so... Don't roll damage unless it is blight or slow right now. Stress heal across the party. And this is going to take a while, but... the goal, eventually, is actually to get all stress to 0. Shoo. That's going to take some time. They can roll Octocestus as much as they like. Worst target for you to roll it, unfortunately. Okay. Good heal. See, the thing is, if I can heal off all of this stress, we're going to be in a position where I can actually just go through the rest of the dungeon, and then I don't even have to lock out people at the end. It's going to be really, really helpful if I can. The big problem is that the stress heal is not guaranteed. It's only a 60% chance every time I roll a heal to actually heal the target I'm trying to heal. Okay. There's another good stun. Next round is almost certainly a yell at him, although I do have a 50% chance for the stun, so I'll probably use that again, actually. We're getting really good abilities off here. That is to say, all of our stress heals are pretty much hitting everyone. Okay, so everyone's back in tip-top for health. Stress is going to take a lot longer. Okay, now that it's only a 10% chance for us to stun him, we'll yell at him instead. That's actually the only target I really needed you to do that to, so it's fine. The yell is basically to make sure that he always moves slower than the rest of us. Good, good. Oh, nice dodge. I'm also using these heals on the offhand on the Occultist, just for the fact that if the Occultist crits, or if the Plague Doctor crits on the Occultist, that's some stress recovery right there. I'd love to be doing this a lot slower, but I can't. That's really unfortunate. Missed the turn of stress recovery there. That is to say, I'd love for it to take on the 80s, so 50-50 next round. That sucked. That sucked. I was already selected with that action, so I didn't even want to blight. Fuck. I've made huge mistakes. That blight actually is the most damage that we've dealt since I started stalling. Not good. We've now only got probably 2 more rounds of this, whereas we should have had a lot more than that. I fucked up so bad. I didn't change my ability to start stress healing again, unfortunately. Yell at him. Debuff. Good. Okay, guess I'll roll that on myself then. I hope that my stun doesn't do 3 damage. Does 2. Okay, so we can still get 2 more turns of stress healing out here. It's not gonna get the occultist below 50, so he's still gonna be stress eating, which is unfortunate. But it's the best I can do right now. Can't believe I fucked that up so horribly. Okay, hang on. Is there a way that I can do this differently? There is, actually. And it involves tanking. This is gonna be a little dirtier. It's not as reliable, and it could suck, but if I do enough guarding here in the front lines, especially right now, I might be able to just out-heal the damage that's being dealt to me. Especially since the Octocestus is doing most of its damage through the bleed. That doesn't matter, actually. Yeah, the positioning of that doesn't matter. Since the Octocestus is doing most of its damage through the bleed, turning down the guard is the one thing that makes that not work. Thankfully, you're still guarded, because guard lasts for 2 turns. But I will be trying to roll guard every single turn. If we can get the occultist to no longer be afflicted, it's going to be entirely worth it. Without a shred of a joke, it will have been so worth it. It's gonna prolong this episode for a while, but you know what? If you want to win reliably, this is what you gotta do. If I wanted to play it super, super, super risky, I could just continue for the rest of the dungeon, but this is our best chance. Now, that is the worst case scenario. We get crit. It won't do much damage, but it putting stress across the party is effectively putting me a turn back in terms of my stress recovery. But the crit in terms of its dot, because a dot applies for 3 rounds, but if you crit on that dot, the critted dot will apply for 5 rounds. But that really doesn't matter, because we just heal it off instantly. This will also save us a lot of money. Yeah, feel free to pass your turn. This is the problem. The blood now being needed. This will end up saving us a hell of a lot of money in terms of curing the negative quirk that he would very likely get as a result of being so stressed by the end of the dungeon, and also in terms of reducing his stress. On top of that, it will enable us Okay, so I'll actually just move. It will enable us a very, very, very handy out for getting more money. We can just continue exploring this dungeon because we don't have anyone in a horrible position like is current. Oh. That was horrible.
Quickly the tide turns.
Again, it was another situation of I already had pre-selected the swapping function, and I thought I was going to be casting an ability that I was trying to cast, but no, it cast the swap instead. That sucked.
Soothed. Sedated.
I really wish it wouldn't pre-select your ability. If you're using the same ability again and again and again, it makes a little more sense. But especially for swapping, it makes just no sense to have the ability pre-selected from the last one you used. Because you usually don't even think of the swap as the ability. Okay.
Such
Sure.
a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Nice crit, nice crit. A little bit of stress heal on yourself. Beautiful. If I hit you 4 more times, you are going to be removed of your negative right now. It's unfortunate. Okay, now I've got to remember that he has the wrong action pre-selected. Sure, you can pass as long as you don't give yourself stress doing so. Okay, 2 more actions and we're fine. Good, good. I know! I know how long this is taking. Don't worry, it's round 20-fucking-7. I am well aware. Now that one of them is thirsty, they're gonna start stressing out the party. Thanks for that, you prick. Make my life a lot harder. This primarily works because the final enemy can only hit the front 2 rows and doesn't have a ridiculously high crit modifier, so it's not something that will always work. In fact, it's not even something that will often work. But when it does, it's cheesy as hell. But you know what? The game cheeses you, so it's only fair to cheese it right back. I now have to swap. I've got to remember that I haven't got the guard already activated. Unfortunately, missing my heal now. Okay, 8. We are really close. Okay, now it's guard time. Good. Now we're even further away. Oh, no, no, no. That's a good crit. That's a good crit. Now we're only 2 stress heal hits away from being fine here. This could be lovely. Oh! It's happening! Ron Paul GIF! Come on!
A momentary abatement.
Yeah, but it's been 31 fucking rounds of abatement. Oh, dude. There we go. Kill him. So we just removed the negative that we did. Oh, fuck me. We didn't even get a scout. We're going to come back through this hallway, so we'll leave that for the moment. 3 torches left.
Another mariner.
Another misfortune. Can we please get some scouts? Like, I'm actually fucking sick of this. Cove Explorer plus the map is a 45% chance. 45% chance. Add onto that the scouting chance from Highlight, which, you know what? I'm gonna fucking check right now. Scouting. Scouting chance from having Highlight is 15%. So 15, 25 is 40, plus 20 is 60. We have a 60% chance to scout every single time we've gone into a room. And we have... The thing is, a lot of them should be critical scouts as well. And those critical scouts would reveal enough rooms that you effectively end up scouting the whole dungeon before you get to much of it. That's just not happening right now. The fact that we did so much stress recovery in the fight is actually going to free us up to use a half ration of our food when we actually camp. So this means that now I can actually just continue walking around for a while if I think it could help me. Only strong negative we have is that death door debuff.
In Radiance,
okay.
May we find victory.
Let's try and kill this backliner as soon as possible. Because we can control the frontliners a lot better than we can control the backliners. And the backliners will, you know, screw up our party positioning and things like that. Okay, so now you're taking 8. Unfortunately, that's not going to kill you. Nice dodge, nice dodge. Okay. Lowest damage you could have done. Thankfully, it did hit the bleed, though. Nice dodge! Let's guarantee just one of them doesn't get an action here. We can focus on the other one when the opportunity arises. Like right now. Good hit. There we go. 18 plus the bleed. Now that's a lot more like what we're looking for. You're dead. All of these could still be important at some point. That was fucking insane, the amount of money we just got out of that. Pump the torch before we go in here for the highest scouting chance, and... Hey! We finally got Nuka Savage. Those actually aren't that bad. Like, they suck and I hate them, but... they're not as bad as they really could be. Sucks. I might be able to stun both of them right now. Good. Having Battlefield Medicine is going to make this fight a lot easier, because if this guy goes Arterial Pinch... Oh, goes for the title slam. Misses, though. If he goes for Arterial Pinch, he's going to be bleeding people for, like, you know, 3 rounds of 10 damage, I think, at this point. Okay, 1 dead. 2 dead. Unfortunately, we're just above the point of death, so I did have to kick in another action. Sure, start blighting. Good hit, good hit. Good crit. Unfortunate pass, but you know what? This too shall pass. Good move and stun resist. This guy isn't going to get anything off if you keep resisting all his abilities, and I'm okay with that. I am all for that. Thing is, even the worst thing he can do, the arterial pinch, will deal maximum like 10 damage because I'll just battlefield medicine it off. This is another fight that easily could have been treated as a recovery fight. There's our arterial pinch. And it is 10 damage per round. And then I'll just immediately kill that off of myself. Enemy's already dead, so... Whew! Nice. Very nice.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
It is ridiculous how many gems we got in this mission. Good scout, good scout. Please tell me there's no enemies, and then I'll just turn the light out and go up. Beautiful. That goes out.
Secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
Do I even want that curio? Because the thing is, if I get a hunger proc in this hallway, then I won't be able to rest and reduce your stress to 0. But if I just rest right now, I can free up my inventory space and do it. Yeah, I actually just rest right now.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Okay, trade that, trade that. Actually, those are more valuable than these individual stacks, so trade those over instead. We will prevent nighttime ambush. We'll use therapy dog. 1 encourage, and another encourage, and that should be about it. Let's get out of here.
Gains purchase. Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Honestly,
We will
really
find all
fucking
manner of
ridiculous.
great and terrible things in this watery tomb.
We didn't get an incredible amount of heirlooms because we only picked those up at the end. But 26.7 with only 1 puzzling trapezohedron and no jute tapestries, that's actually insane. On top of that, add the 15k that we get. So we've got about 40k for that mission. It's worth noting we did spend about 50 to 70 even, I think, preparing for that mission. But those preparations are not continual. Like, they won't happen again and again and again and again. Those characters are now fully upgraded. Love interest, fine. Clutch hitter replaced fated. That's not okay, but whatever.
Our family name, once so well regarded, is now barely whispered aloud by decent folk.
Right. Unequip, resort those trinkets. Let's have a look at these dungeons that are available to us now. 'Cause I'm pretty sure... Ooh, that's 15 dodge, no. All Saints Day, extra dodge if your torch is high, camouflage cloak. Yeah. Sunring, boom, we need that. That is definitely our next mission. Off to get the Sunring. The magical Sunring of the Warrens. We've now got 4 level 6 characters, all fully equipped, and many of them... Bad gambler, you'll only visit the brothel, that's fine. And many of them don't actually have significant negatives currently associated with them, so they're pretty much ready for the Darkest Dungeon, which is lovely. They're not the crew I'm going to run in the first Darkest Dungeon, because the first Darkest Dungeon, I think I decided beforehand, and it's got, like, Hellion, and I think it's Hellion, Highwayman, Vestal, and last one was Grave Robber, I believe. So actually, none of these are even going into the first one. Maybe Pusho. But we'll have to see, of course. For the moment, though, we're definitely going to be going to that Warrens next. I don't think I'm going to be killing the Viscount before the Darkest Dungeon, but it's possible. It is possible. That's all something I'm going to have to decide between this and next, because good lord, this has been too long an episode. My name has been Rhapsody. Your name has been Callie. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.